Hi, my name is Dan. Welcome to Lux Populi. Today, we're going to finish up our series on Google Drive and talk about the Forms feature. Now, this is one of the most important features that Google Drive offers for ministry and any kind of outreach programs. Basically, it allows you to create an online form where you can send to parishioners, young people, parents, anyone you need to have them fill out information. They'll fill it out safely and securely, and all of the data will be stored in your Google Drive that you can get at to use for whatever you may need to. It's great for surveys, it's great for parent request forms, and like what we're about to make today, just a quick retreat form to get contact information, email addresses, and other little bits that we may need for the retreat. So let's get started. Okay, so first we're going to create a folder called Forms. Just like this. This is right in our Google Drive. So we're going to go into the form here, and we're going to create something right here on the side called Form. Just like that. Now, again, it's going to prompt us here if we want to use one of these neat backgrounds. Google likes to give us the options to use one of their pre-made templates. But first, let's call it and we're going to use just the standard gray form right here. Just click on it like that and hit OK. Now, the first and most important step that you need to do is you need to give all of the data that comes in a home, a place to go. So let's click Choose Response Destination. And then we're going to call this Parent Form 2014 Retreat Responses. It's already set up. And we're going to hit Create. Just like that. You see here, it's setting it up. We'll go here, back to our forms in Google Drive, and there it is right next to us, ready for responses. Very simple. Now, one other thing that I would recommend doing is click View Live Form, just like this. It'll open up a brand new tab, and it'll give you a preview of what your form is going to look like. Now, real quick, we're going to go over the basic question styles that can go on the form and how to edit them and how to move them around and what they do. So first, let's go ahead and delete this first question. It's giving us a first question here. We're going to delete that. It's best to give your audience an idea of what the form is about. So we're going to go up here to the form description. We're going to paste some text that we wrote earlier, just letting people know what this is for. People like to know what they're filling out, what it's for, and we're just explaining that this is a little form for the young people and the parents to fill out to give us an idea of what's going to happen for the retreat. So once we add that, we'll come back over to our test one here, and all you have to do is click Refresh in your browser, and you'll see it just like that. So now we have a heading up here, and we have this. Let's say we want to call it something a little bit different. Let's just call it whatever we'd like. And when you're done, to see what it looks like, just hit refresh, just like that. Now, to control items that get added into your form, you're going to want to go right here. You see it says Add Item. Right next to it is a little drop-down box. This will give you all of the choices of things to add. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a text box first, right here. We're going to call this Parent Name, just like this. Now we have a couple options that we can set. The question title is right there. We want them to respond with text, just like that. And we want this to be a required answer. That means if they fill it out, they have to put that form in. Hit Done, just like that. And once it's been added, come over here, we'll hit refresh. And there it is. Okay, now let's add just a few more items. Let's add student name. And again, this is going to be required. Like that. Let's click here to choose another item here. We're going to let them choose from a list. Now, we're going to say they're going to be able to pick which confirmation they're from and the different years. Based on what program they're in. This is also going to be a required question. Now, a tip that you can do is you can always add email forms on these. This is a good way to collect emails from your parents, from your young people. And I put up here in the text that Joe is going to be sending them a quick email before the retreat to remind them what to bring. This is a good way to collect email addresses. So let's put text here. We want a text like this. And then the question type, we're going to scroll down and it's going to be text again, like this, and it's a required question. Okay, so now we just have a few basic features on here. We're going to add one more thing. Let's put food allergy. It's a good thing to know if you're on a retreat. Just like that. Now let's say we want to reposition these questions. All you have to do is hold down the mouse and move it right here. Student name, parent name. Let's put the student email up here. Food allergy, just like that. This is a good way just to collect basic information. We'll go back over to our form to see what it looks like. Hit refresh, and there it is. Be able to select what program they're from, add any kind of text, just like there, and add names, and you'll be able to hit submit. A couple more basic features you can have on here is down here it says show link to submit another response. You probably don't want that unless you're taking a big survey. You can add a confirmation message. Okay, once we're all done with our form, it's set, it's ready to go. We've added a confirmation page. All of these things are ready to go. We're going to send it to our emailing list. So let's say we have the email of all the parents and we want to go ahead and send it to them. But first, we'll send it to Ryan. Let's click right here and we'll type in Ryan's email address. And one thing to note is you can customize, add a message here, a subject. So you could write, please fill out ASAP. Perhaps if you want to add a message to all of the recipients that are getting the form. Just like that. And all the people whose email you put right on here will receive this in their email and they can fill it out. Okay, so we'll hit refresh to see if we have any new responses. And there it is. We have our first response right here. And you can see, just by clicking in here, you'll be able to copy this information if you may need it. It's very handy, and there it is. Let's go back to the spreadsheet view here. We can view it just like this. And then we can also click Show Summary of Responses, like this. So if we're looking for any kind of statistics, maybe we have a survey and we want to see what it's going to look like, you'll have all of these great responses right on here in survey form. Google Forms is a really powerful feature of Drive. It's got a lot of functionality and a lot of potential to be able to make your ministry do good things. You can collect information from youth, you can collect information from parents, or maybe even a whole parish if you need to. There's a lot of power in this software, and there are a lot of options for the questions. I encourage you to go and check it out, try out the different options, try out the questions, make sample forms, and practice sharing them with whoever you need to. Thanks, and if you have any questions or need some suggestions, we're going to start a new topic in our forums on how to work better with Google Form. Thanks.